Alright, okay. I'm Blade Luna. With the help of my wonderful wife, helped me kind of videotape this here. I've got a lot of questions on people asking me the sleeve tool. Well, it's no secret. It's a lot like the same thing from Ray Racing. It's really similar. Ray Racing has theirs for, I'm not really too sure. It's a very, very good product. I don't know if anybody's still getting it, but I've been getting asked a lot about it, so we made one that's a little bit similar, pretty much the same. Ours is 150, but this is the basis behind it. This is the main frame of like the holder for the sleeve. Here's a common sleeve. Now, a lot of times people think, well, they're universal, but when you're ordering these, we need to know the diameter of your sleeve, which is real important because everyone is different and they're a little bit different. We have a different one right now, a prototype coming out that's going to be a little bit different, but these fit around the sleeves like so. It acts as a collet and it presses down on the inside of the sleeve. So if and when you decide on one of these, you'll need to take your measurements, make sure your caliper is zeroed out, and measure across, hold it snugly and spin it around. Now I have digital micrometers to handle this, but this will get you in the ballpark. I know a lot of people ain't going to go spending $150 on a digital micrometer. So like for instance, this particular one is 19.32 millimeters. You can also do it in inches. So we would need that because each one of these is different. Novas are different. Some of the h.e.s ones are a little bit different. Even motors from the same displacement category, 0.21, will have something different. So we'll need to know that. It's just not, but we are making one where it's more universal. However, for now, we're working out the bugs. And people have asked, how does this work? So what you'll do is you'll take your spacer ring, you'll set it on your sleeve. If you need to pinch it closer towards the bottom, you take your collet, make sure that they're facing downwards. You don't want to have them facing up, you want them facing back down. Find your correct insert for your sleeve. Some will be too big, some will be too small. This one's a little bit too big. It won't pinch the sleeve. This one's a little bit too small. It'll over pinch your sleeve, and then your piston won't fit. Plus, you can do other ones with different motors. So if your buddies might need one, if your collet fits the same motor, you can help them out. This one's about right. For instance, some Novas have a 16.2 bore, so these will be made to that specification. You'll take this, put it in your holder, bring it down, good squeeze, and also you take one of your other inserts to remove it. Very gently remove the sleeve, and that's it. Sleeve is pinched. And the key is these inserts, very precision made. These are all high-end steel, very, very heavy, very heavy. So this will pinch close towards the bottom. You need to pinch closer towards the top. Oops. You'll take your collet sleeve, take your same insert. Did I say so? Insert it back in. Boom. Tighten it down. This table's not all that great because it's kind of wobbly, but I usually have this on a wooden bench. Give it a squeeze. All done. Sleeve will be pinched, so that way it'll be back up to at least close to specification. Now some people have asked us, like, how long can you run it for? Well, I've run mine until the chrome is actually almost coming out of them. By that time usually the crank's pretty trash. You don't even they're not even really worth it, you know, after a while. But you can keep doing them until then. So that's to help for the questions on the sleeve tool. I don't include the Arbor press, because you can't get these at Harbor Freight for about 34 bucks. I could include them, but the shipping costs would like be astronomical. They're really heavy. They're probably about, oh, I don't know, about 30 pounds, 25 pounds. So this would drive up your shipping costs really high. I usually include 2 sets of rings, 3 inserts, and the base, and this is for our finalized cost. This is the main frame with the part of the tooling, which is, people ask, it's like, this is very precise, very high-end machine made, so it's like really close tolerances. So then you have to redo these per sleeve. So these are made pretty much the same. We don't do any for .25s or .28s right now at this current time. I think there's 2 other places that might, if we get a demand for it, we will, but we really haven't. This is just like something else. A lot of people have been asking us. I thought more and more people were aware of this, but I guess not. Sleeve tool, or the bearing tool. So on these two as well, it's like we've been doing these because of the demand. We've been getting quite a bit of these. Also, no, the one we have a newer one as well for the for a bearing installer and removal tool. I like to show that one. It's a newer one. We've been getting a lot of questions on our newer one. I figured I'd just show you real quick, because a lot of people seen the other one, and then like, so there's a newer one, and so I figured I'd show this one. There's less for you to get lost. Now the front and rear bearing installer is integrated into one unit, so you only have one instead of the 2 pieces, and we're now making them out of 74 aircraft aluminum. We've been seeing a lot of them, and a lot of people seem to be using them for other than putting in bearings. So we're making them out of aluminum, so that way it's like they don't mess with your bearings. The tooling will end up getting dented instead of the bearing. We were using steel, and we had some people had some problems with it. Now, real important on the new tooling, you have to let us know. You have to let us know what size shaft. Some people will have a 13mm crank. Some people will have a 14. Some motors, like for instance the Novarossi Bonitos and the Keep-Offs, will have a 14.5mm crank. If you're not sure, measure your crank and then let us know. This one is 14mm, so this will fit a majority of the motors. The outside of the base is a 25mm. If you have other ones with bearings like a 26 or a 25.8, you'll probably be okay, but you should let us know. That way it'll fit better. This edge will fit up against your bearing instead of being too small and then crushing the plastic part of the race. This is kind of important. These are precision tools, so the front, you'll be okay. So once again, it uses the same way as before, except this is integrated into one. When a lot of people have asked, well, the front, how do I use it in the front? Well, if you have your bearing all the way in the front of the motor, you use this flat. Put it through your hole, through your motor, and then as you tighten it, this will come up. It'll tighten your rear bearing. Same as well when you have your front bearing and you need to have it taken out, you'll only need one. So this will go in through the motor, as I stated like on the other video. Instead of having another piece, it just uses one. As you tighten it up, the bearing will come out. Okay, so that's the same thing. Just wanted to let you know on some of those, so that way there's not so many stuff to get lost. This is the newer one. Again, we're coming out with a newer sleeve tool, but we're working out the bugs on it, Chris and I, to make sure so it'll be a universal collet. It'll be able to fit most of the motors, and then you won't have to worry so much about using the different sizing for these or these. It's real similar to this. You know, some other people go, oh, it looks like some kind of alien contraption. But in other words, the sleeve, this is spring-loaded. This will fit the sleeve, and it'll go around the sleeve, so that way, you know, it presses all the way in. So that way you'll have one collet holder to fit a majority of sleeves, and we're just working out the bugs to make sure that we can get it to work with another base. We have one we're using with a chrome moly tube, and so far the chrome moly has been pretty much enough to where it hasn't been deforming, so it'll hold it like so. And there's another base top that we have, the part that we need to work the bugs out on. We have one that'll work, but if anybody's interested in beta testing for us on this, then let us know. We can help you out in this. But so far it's proven to be really good. We are working out the bugs, and we hope that this one will be released really soon. A little tidbit of information for everybody out there. In the meantime, this is the current one. Sleeve not included. It comes with your base, a couple different rings, another ring, and 3 inserts. If you only have one motor that you use constantly, like say maybe a Nova or like a, you know, an Alpha, or you know, some you know, like the older Serios or something, let us know. We won't have to make as many rings, but if you have like 1 or 2 motors, let us know, and then we can probably make a series of rings for you, so that way, you know, or maybe you got a buddy, you can help them out. Okay, so here's the set. Goes to the base, 3 inserts, 4 rings usually. There's two spacers. Some will only need 1. If you only get 1, that means it's like you probably only need 1, because the distance from here to here is a little bit different. You won't even need them. Some of them you will, some of you won't. Like this one, for instance, for example, it's too far. It'll crush the inside of the port, actually bending it in. So you don't need it. So like for some motors, it may be the only one you'll ever need. So you have to let us know the make and type and motor that you have. It's real important. These aren't totally universal. We don't charge extra. If you happen to need one later on at a later date, let us know, and we have pricing for that. Alright, so I hope this helps for some of the information for the new engine sleeve tool. Like I said, it's real similar to one that's already out, but I don't know how available it is. I'm not really too aware. I've just heard it was from another one, Ray Racing. I don't know anything about them or their products. Try to kind of look them up, but I've been really busy, so there's this one. And I'll let you guys know about the newer ones that we got and we're updating. So I hope that helps.